Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the James and Sunda comedy sensational program.
Sensational because we're still in our season of Vegas, and you know something? Ellen also did a season from Vegas, but you know what? We can't help it that we're...
Ellen did, but we beat her to it.
We beat her to it.
Even though ours airs after hers, we were there before her.
That's right, that's right, that's right. It's okay, because you know what? It's flattery.
Our episodes are on a 10-year delay. Because we have serious censorship here at the network, so they want to be certain, really certain. So it's a 10-year delay. So what you're seeing now happened in the 90s.
But there is no delay with you, because you can always find us on Twitter at
James and Sunda.
And also, you can find us at
JamesandSunda.com.
And
I feel like
also,
it's a quiz.
It is a quiz. You know why? He's always making fun of me. Then I forget.
My hand.
He always makes fun of me because on Saturday nights at the Laugh Factory, I'm always advertising the show, and then I have to turn around and look at him.
Yeah,
and I hate it. I have to look at him because I can't remember. Because I have so many things to remember on. We're so many networks now with Comcast, DirecTV, Time Warner Cable. Am I dropping names?
What you do is from the stage, you go, we're on Jewish Live Television. Jamie, what channel is it? From the stage of the Laugh Factory. What channel is it?
Because he would know. You
sound like my mother when you do that.
Well, listen, that's a whole other ball of wax. You know where we left off the last time is that he says to me, why would you bring up those chicks that were on me? Because I don't remember that. You were not that drunk. That's all I'm telling you.
I was never drunk.
Yeah, right. You were never drunk. You were never drunk. You were never drunk. And just because we're going to cut to the piece at one point of you in a headdress belonging to one of those little burlesque dancers, I guess I made that up too, but you can't Photoshop video.
But you know, in that case, I was trying on the hat to see how I looked in a showgirl hat.
But you weren't trying on the body just for fit.
No, the body was something else.
Oh, that was a whole different, that's a whole different show and a whole different episode.
It's been my dream.
I've got to tell you, one of the most exciting moments I had was on the Dennis Bono show. And Dennis Bono, we are throwing that out to you because we had a very rare opportunity to interview the former Lieutenant Governor of Nevada, his wife.
That was tremendous.
That was tremendous, and so was the lunch, by the way. Thank you so much at Bootleggers that James and I enjoyed.
The Italian restaurant, Bootleggers.
And Shane was our waiter. I believe your name is Shane. If not, stalk me. Okay, so why do I say stalk me? Because I've had the strangest stalkers in my lifetime, and at the same time, I got a wonderful bouquet of flowers from
one of your stalkers.
Gregory Jackson, his daughter, and Rory Night Train East. They all were so wonderful to send me flowers. Remember?
Rory is a writer for the show.
That's right. And you didn't send me flowers. And Cobby's Flowers from Patterson, New Jersey, who always sends me flowers. I deserve flowers for that plug. I did not get flowers.
I sent you flowers many times.
I was in the hospital, that's why.
Many times. I know.
But in Vegas, it was just so great. We were with Gallagher in the back room, in the green room, and we had so much fun with Harry Basil. There was so much information that we didn't know about that I'm not going to spill the beans because, you know, I've got to tell you a true story. Okay.
Please, no, lie to them.
They don't
want to hear this.
I don't watch television often, and I don't watch movies often, and so when I was pregnant, I decided I want to live with Susan Hayworth, her name is, right?
You want to live?
That's the name of the movie, I Want to Live, right?
Okay.
So I called my friend Sue, not Sue Katz, the EP, but Sue McGuffin, my friend, right? I said, you know, I'm going to watch a movie tonight. And I told you, I said, James, I'm going to watch a movie. And you said, go to Blockbusters, you get the card, da-da-da-da. I was going back then when there were still VHSs. All right, and I still have my card because it may be an antique like me. Here's what I'm saying. I say to her, I can't wait to see this movie. I put it in and the credits are rolling and she goes, I love this movie. Is she in the electric chair yet?
My sister did that to me.
James, it was the Titanic.
She told me the boat sunk. I was furious.
He was furious. He was furious. We did talk about that last year, about people killing, and now you're doing it to the kids.
They find Nemo.
He keeps telling my kids that they found Nemo, and he's very upset.
They find Nemo.
But and guess what? In Vegas, not only will you find Nemo, you will find Despicable Me characters, Eminem people walking around.
You had a little thing with the Despicable Me character. Yeah, he kind of liked you.
Yeah, on the right. And you know what? When you get groped by a character that's like warm and fuzzy, and you're not getting paid for it, it gets upsetting. You know, and John had the camera on there, okay? Because John captured every moment that was. I mean,
you don't do well with people dressed up. Like on Hollywood Boulevard, they've done that now in Vegas. And, you know, a couple years ago, you had the incident with the Catwoman.
Well, thank God for Ray Bruni back then, because you left me alone with that crazy woman who wanted, she said, bring it on. You want to fight? And I was like, yeah, come on. Listen, and then somebody said, you can't do that.
I'm like Gandhi. You know what I mean? I'm nonviolent.
Do you know what Gandhi means?
I'm an
in Farsi?
What does it mean?
It's like cojones, man. It's like matzo
cojones?
balls. Yeah.
Don't tell Gandhi.
Well, don't tell Gandhi that Gondi is something in Farsi, but that's a whole other story because, hey, I'm going to return the dress. Private joke. All right, so what were we going to say? That was for...
I don't know, but I was just going to say that you fought with Catwoman, but you were nicer to the characters on the Las Vegas Strip.
Well, if she wanted to cut me, at least they just wanted to grope
And
me.
I was proud of you.
But you know what? There was children there. You never realize that when kids are there, you have to react differently. You don't want to tell them, you too should be scared of this character. This Eminem guy has, But there was a fight that we didn't see where the two Mickey Mouses were fighting each other.
In a Hollywood
Dude,
Boulevard
you missed
or
that
Vegas?
whole scene in Vegas.
Vegas, there were Mickey Mouses?
There was a Mickey Mouse scene. Yes, there was. There was a Mickey
Really?
Mouse scene that went down because the girls it was their 21st birthday, they were loaded over. They were like, it's my birthday. And so, of course, we interviewed them because
I remember
why not?
interviewing the drunk girls.
Right, because they were like, and you have to remember, there are people who sometimes don't know who James and Sunda are, but they feel so stupid not admitting to that. We just make them feel smart about it. Of course they do. The Filipino guy did know us, though.
The Filipino guy, yes,
He's like,
again.
I always watch James and Sunda. I was like, you're supposed to.
We can't stress enough how excited we are to know how many Filipinos are watching the show.
They like to laugh.
We had no idea. We were actually depressed during the off season, saying no Filipinos are watching. No Filipinos.
Filipinos love us. Everybody loves us.
How can we reach out to the Filipinos?
Look how much we love each other.
Turns out the Filipinos are watching.
Everybody's watching. That's why you got to watch yourself.
What do you mean?
You gotta always watch yourself. Stuff is going on with the government right now that I don't believe. For example, I read something out. I read in the Post. Not that I read the Post every day, but it's a religious. Right. It's religious. It's
like Torah for you.
It's Torah. It's Torah for me. All right. It's entertainment Torah. Okay. So I'm reading the Post, and they're saying that they're only looking at text messages from AT&T and from T-Mobile. Right. If you think I'm gonna believe that, they're reading all your stuff. They really are. I mean, am I starting a problem now with the government?
No, when I get off a phone call, I say goodbye to the person I'm talking to and to the NSA. I always make sure to give
you
a shout out
You have to.
Because they're listening to everything, so you just might as,
And we have to keep up everybody with everything.
Yeah.
We have 2 minutes just to catch up. I want to say something that James is the only one that backs me up about my building, and we're going to cut to that they're still repairing. This is season 6. Still no pool. No pool.
We'll get you some footage of that so you can see that.
We're getting some footage. There is no pool. It's been a very long time.
If you're on a phone call and you do say something and you can't remember, you can contact them and they'll get you the
My building?
No, the government.
Oh my God, that was a Gracie Allen moment. All right, the government.
Yeah. And your building.
And my building. My building is the government. So we have a loudspeaker, okay? And the loudspeaker is only in case of fire. And I say to my husband, if we can hear them, they can hear us. You're paranoid. You always think people listening in. Who was right? And
Our husband was not wrong.
My husband, stop. Here's the point. The point is this.
She was right.
Let's talk about the cast characters real quick. We still have the voyeur who stands outside my door. James will come in and say to me, he was outside the door again. Now he's standing sideways in the corridor with a broom. We can't make it up. Am I making it up?
He's very inconspicuous. Seriously.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then he has a feather duster and he's dusting the building. He kept under my ankles and I kicked at him. I said, what are you doing? I'm cleaning. I'm cleaning. And I said to him, what are you doing outside my door? I'm sweeping.
This is true and creepy.
It's creepy. It's creepy, dude. It's creepy.
I don't feel comfortable going to your building. And now that I know that the speaker's two-way and they could hear everything I'm doing in the kitchen, makes me very
uncomfortable. What are you doing in my kitchen?
Well, it's more what I'm not doing, and it's embarrassing.
You were not putting out the garbage, were you?
I did put out the garbage.
You know something, guys? Enough of that. We've got so much more to show you. Live from Sin City with the James and Sunda show.
Yes.
And James, aren't we glad to be
much
back
like
together?
in Sunda's building, you're watching us. We're also watching you. Okay? It's very similar. We have things in your homes, and we know what you're doing, and we know how you're enjoying the show. So really, laugh, or else we're coming to
laugh
get
and
you.
have fun, or else
we gotta take a break, but we'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. Joining us now, we have Emmy winner and Oscar-nominated actress Renee Taylor. How's it going, Renee?
Nice
Welcome to the show.
Here. Thank you. Exciting to be here.
I am so excited to be here with you.
Thank you.
Because of you, I didn't get many jobs. All right, because of many
Sunda has
jobs.
Talked about you for years.
I have talked about you for years, okay? And I'm not. You know what I really hate? I hate when people say to me, "Oh, you were on Law and Order. I never watch it. Oh, you were on The View. Hate the show. Never watch it." Truest thing you're ever going to hear. The only thing I remember is my quality. Today is the wrong day to have quality. You see, I had to get up early because I was working on a play for myself last night. I don't know if I was desperate because I was, what's that next line? I was blank because I was desperate. I was desperate because I'm blank. Why am I telling you this? See, I had to get up early to go to a funeral this morning. Oh God, what was his name? Mr. Schwartz, he died and he hadn't even signed with me yet. Unbelievable. Do you remember this?
That's wonderful. No, you made me cry. I never did it, the part like that, and I did it on Broadway.
Maybe
that's a whole different interpretation.
How do you like this interpretation? How about the end when it says, look, it's a cocktail mix. Oh my God, there's always somebody that you bring to the show that brings action. Look at that. This is her person whose phone ringing. We make it part of the show. We don't care. I'm going to bring it right back center stage to Carnegie Hall, where I studied with Louise Lasser. Oh. And she insisted
Did you know she was my maid of honor?
She never told me that.
My husband and I have been married 48 years. We're going to have our 50th wedding anniversary party. And Louise was my maid of honor.
And did she say this at the end of the thing? Did she do that? Did she do that?
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did. You see, I know my guests. You can't tell me about my guests, about getting into the character and getting into the feel. And so you didn't interpret that. That, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know, James has heard that monologue for 18 years, okay? Because I'm like,
so good, you should do it here. You should do it right here.
I should do it right here.
You did it differently, though.
Yes, I did it with pain, but I like it from anger. I like your interpretation.
Anger's Sunda's go-to.
Very good. The next time I play it, I'm going to copy you.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you know, it comes from anger and desperation because she wants this job.
But my anger and desperation turned into tears, but I like yours into desperate and rage. I like that.
Because they don't want to hire me. And it's just a cocktail mix. It's not going to kill you. Look, if you don't hire me, I'm just going to go home and finish my play. And that will be the end of it for all of you. I have the power to make my dreams come true.
Aww.
What's the next line?
I don't remember. I'm so in shock about
It's not too late for me.
The fullness of your performance and your talent. I'm just numb.
Wow. So is my husband.
Our guest.
And yet another guest I've numbed. I have the power to make my dreams come true. It's not too late for me, and that's my mantra I live by. And I thank you so much for giving me that monologue. And Louise, I wanted to kill her because it was just too much of a chunk for me. I was missing classes. I couldn't deal with it.
Making me cry. You know,
Is it that bad?
No, I'm very moved by it. When I was writing it, you didn't say I'm a writer, but when I was writing it, I said, this is something that young actresses are going to be doing for auditions all the time. And that really gave me the impetus to write that monologue.
Really? Did you ever see anyone else do it my way?
No. As a matter of fact, I'm going to Rome. I'm teaching at a school there, and I'm teaching about comedy. Ask me, what's the most important ingredient in comedy?
You ask.
I'll ask you.
You ask.
What's the most important ingredient? You.
Timing.
Oh, it's all timing. Timing and delivery.
So I'm just going to do a lecture about comedy timing and how to achieve it.
You should do it at our school, LA School of Comedy, right here in LA. They would love to have you.
I'm available about an hour.
All right. I'll have you talk to Sue Katz. You got a publicist? Want to give him a plug?
There he is.
What's his name?
Roger Neal.
All right, so then he's going to be putting us on tour together. We're doing business right here on the set of the James and Sunda Show. James, you write it. I'll put us together.
No,
We're
she's
connecting.
a writer too. I left out so she could write it, and then you just auditioned for her. I think that was the first audition you've ever done.
And
so
I know
congratulations.
And it's so funny because as soon as you say Renee Taylor, I think it had to be you, and other people say the nanny.
Yeah, well, sure. I think the nanny.
But now I have a new one-woman show. It's called My Life on a Diet. And I'm playing all over the country, Pennsylvania, Florida, Escondido, all over. You can look at my website and find where I'm playing and when.
Okay.
And it's the story of what I was eating at different times of my life and all the movie stars I met. And I thought if I ate like them, like Marilyn Monroe, Grace Kelly, I would look like that. And so I did their diets. And you know what Shigunush Telfin means?
He knows, speaks fluent Yiddish.
Oh, so do I.
What a small world.
You should be on Jewish television.
I wish. Do you know anybody?
Maybe I know a few people. I can put the right word in the right
Please,
places.
if you don't mind.
Because they do have some Jews in show business, I've heard. Yeah. But how do you feel about those diets? Because they all, you know what they say about the word diet, D-I-E is in it.
I do a Molly Pecan
careful.
monologue. It's
really? We wrote
yeah.
a show for Molly Pecan. Did you do it?
No, I'm kidding.
Stop it. No, he was in the Yiddish theater. Please do the bio because I gave it wrong.
No, I was in the Yiddish theater when I was younger. I was in the Folksbiene in New York.
Oh, I used to go to the Yiddish theater all the time and take my son. And it was a thrill. I love Yiddish theater. And I really think that I learned how to act from Yiddish theater because of the fullness and the commitment and the emotion that you find very rarely in the English-speaking theater. And they were really my inspiration, the Yiddish theater.
Yeah, and I think Yiddish is one of the great languages in terms of being funny or expressive or sad, especially
or
sad,
emotional, yes.
Yeah.
And the greatest, do you know who I'm related to?
Who?
Chaim Teuber.
He knows him.
I don't know Chaim Teuber.
I don't believe it.
I never
know
met him.
Chaim.
How would I know him?
He loves Mandy Patinkin.
My mother used to say, never forget you're related to Chaim Teuber.
And I'm related to who? Uncle Junie. Well, listen, tell me your grandfather
my
was.
great-grandfather was Jacob Mendelsohn, who was...
You're kidding!
You know Jacob Mendelsohn? He was an
My
actor.
God,
and,
yeah.
Back then, and then I knew all the Yiddish actors.
How great!
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Did you know Tomaszewski? No,
I didn't know. I knew him. I mean,
but you know that joke?
Which one?
He has an affair with an actress.
Yeah, I know that joke.
Let her say it.
He gives her 2 tickets, and she says, "I'm starving. I don't have where to live, and you give me 2 tickets to see your show." He says, "If you want food, then you have to sleep with a baker." Okay,
that's a famous joke. I know that joke. I knew Tomaszewski's work, but I didn't know Tomaszewski.
So now you are emulating this guy?
Tomaszewski? Yeah, I give girls tickets. You know, I say, "Yeah, come see me at the Laugh Factory." You know, you want something.
Well, James is very funny. He's very talented, and Yiddish is not a dying language. You're trying to bring it back.
Good.
It's great.
I agree. Very few people now are speaking Yiddish.
And my favorite song is what? He knows.
Reizela.
Reizela is my favorite song. And his dad teaches Yiddish. And in fact, my Hebrew name is Shana, but they gave me a Yiddish name, which was Jaffa.
Shana, I was going to name my son Shane.
Really?
It's beautiful.
Oh, see that? But that's my name in Hindu. But I don't tell people. As you get older, it means dental implants.
Really?
We're going to take a break.
No,
we
have to take a break. But we will be right back. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. We are here with actress and writer Renee Taylor and celebrity makeup artist Cindy Cohen, now joining us to talk about...
Cindy, how are you?
How are you?
We are so glad that you're here. James, what are they going to talk about today?
FaceLove.
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 Look at this. Look at this.
Look at that face.
Look
That's
at
a
this
face you could love.
I get some use out of FaceLove.
He has nice skin.
You have perfect
You know what
skin.
Dr. Matarazzo
And so do you.
said?
What?
Dr. Matarazzo said to me, not that I've ever been to a plastic surgeon just to visit, but he said, "You'll never have this chin." Show them the chin. Told me they'll never have it.
Maybe they'll come up with chin love next.
He's got the Kirk Douglas.
I got the Kirk Douglas.
Yeah. Good looking.
Yeah.
Isn't he handsome?
Sexy.
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 Should have seen all. He had
You're not wrong. You're
He had
not wrong.
every girl
You're
on
not.
top of him in
Whoa.
Vegas, and we're trying to do a show, and I got like boobs and TNA and all that stuff going on, and we were there to tell jokes.
Now you notice.
And he doesn't notice. Right, okay.
I'm writing.
He was in his
jokes.
glory.
Of course, that's it.
Yo.
That's what I'm
Glory,
saying.
ladies and gentlemen.
You were in
So,
Glory.
Cindy-
Were you in Glory?
I was in Glory. She was a lovely showgirl, Glory. She could dance, and we had a great time together. Now, let's hear about FaceLove. I have one question.
Yeah,
I met Cindy 2 years ago.
Yes.
When she was my makeup artist in Boca. And I said, do
No,
you
it was
have
longer than that.
2?
They're like us. Here we go.
It was almost 5 years ago, Renee.
Well, I was in my late 30s then, so. Anyway, she was putting some cream on me, and I said, do you have a skin tightener? And she said, I'm working to develop it. I said, let me try it. So I did, and I said, no, it needs to be tighter, it needs to be up more, it needs to be this. So anyway, we passed it back and forth, until she came up with Renee Taylor's FaceLove. And I want to do a demonstration for you right now. We're going to put it on one half of her face.
Well, I already have it on.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Then you
I always
ruined the
wear
whole
it.
thing.
You ruined the whole thing.
Listen, our executive
Well,
producer.
no, we'll put it on you.
No, my executive producer, Sue Katz, she always does this stuff. I want to ask if she'll come on today. Sue Katz, are you there? Come on.
Put it on
Sue
now.
Katz is here, ladies and
Now,
gentlemen.
it says here that it's an 8-hour instant lift.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So it's
Yes.
got a powerful anti-wrinkle peptide called acetyl-hexapeptide.
All right.
And what that does is it relaxes the muscle and it makes the skin smoother
Okay.
and tighter.
Just do one half of her skin
half,
and
and
see.
then I'll
Let's
do the other
vote
half.
which
Now-
side we like better. No, let's just do one side.
And it also
Okay, the
depuffs
difference.
under the eyes.
All
Do we
right.
have to
Yeah.
wait the 8 hours?
No,
No.
right now
No.
you put it
Right
on.
now, okay.
In 30 seconds.
I'm stuck to the
face is
chair.
30
tighter.
seconds.
Yes.
It could work for guys, too.
Oh yeah, for guys. So he doesn't need
So
it.
what you do is
we
after,
know.
I'm perfect. You
His
said I was
father,
perfect.
his grandfather.
Yeah, thank you.
after your moisturizer dries completely, you just take very little and you glide it.
And how much is it? Just for
It's
the Jewish
$59
audience.
with a free lipstick, a $17 Renee Taylor Glamour lipstick.
And how much is it for Gentiles?
Yeah, what if
Okay,
you can
relax your
show?
level.
What if you can show proof of circumcision? Can you get a discount?
That's funny. And we'll do a little bit under the eyes, chin down just a little, and look up for me.
Chin
Look-
down.
Okay.
You just glide it on.
Okay, so that's the discount for Jewish television
Wonderful.
watchers,
There
right?
you go. And you remember, go to jltv.tv.
So it will
James.
diminish
This.
fine lines and wrinkles. It will tighten the skin.
And you get a
It
free
will
lipstick.
depuff under the eyes
And free shipping.
Where can they buy it online?
at rtfacelove.com.
rtfacelove.com.
And we
Renee
also have a 1-855-502-3002.
Stay back and just look at her face. I'm not lying. Just see if there's a difference between. And it's good we did it right.
Takes
here
around a
in
minute or
person.
two.
Takes a
Like
minute
a guy.
or two.
Yeah.
And see if you don't see a difference between.
I feel a difference.
You do?
I do.
You feel it pulling?
You feel it
Right
tightening.
here?
Yes, I actually.
Are you
I'm-
married?
Yes.
Oh, well, you'll stay married a long time with this.
Can you find me a young husband?
Don't start before he's not. Let me
Well,
just
if he
explain.
puts some of
Cameras
that
on the
on, I
set,
mean-
and he will get his Irish on. Okay, Sue.
Now,
And Renee has it on, and I have it
I
on
have it
right
on.
now.
Now, this is only if you want to look younger. Only if you want to look healthier.
Blacker?
Yes. Blacker, sure.
Why not?
You put a little shoe polish in it. No, you have a beautiful complexion.
Let me see, turn to
Beautiful
me.
olive complexion.
Okay, chin down
Olive,
just a little.
olive.
See, now look at this side. Look at this side right here versus that side.
I don't know. Can the camera get it? Are you in close-up of her?
Sue, your eyes are so
Okay.
So this is-
What? Stop when you get to 35. We don't want to look younger than that.
Oh, what a good selling point. Phenomenal.
Can you see me, Sean? Where should I be looking?
And anyway, it makes you feel more desirable. It makes you feel sexier. It makes you feel.
I do. I feel sexier.
Do you?
Yeah.
You look like you
But,
had a stroke.
but if you look,
You ready to
but
go to
it
Vegas
doesn't,
and
it
be a
doesn't
showgirl?
feel uncomfortable, does
It's
it?
not uncomfortable.
Now
at
you
all.
see how this side is much,
Yeah.
and look at this side. It's not as deep,
Great.
the line. Do you see how smooth?
Great. I'll buy one.
You want me to do your other side?
please.
We want to,
No.
You guys are wearing them. You're wearing it. You wear
No,
it all
don't
day.
do-
Just do one side.
well,
You
okay.
can't go out with like one side like that. That's
We
craziness.
could have your listeners vote which side they like better.
And you know how to vote. You just follow us at James and Sunda and go to jamesandsunda.com and also like us on Facebook at James and Sunda. And also you can always follow us separately at Sunda Lynn.
We're on
and at James
Facebook
Comedian.
too.
Yes,
Great.
yes,
At James Comedian.
Thank
And
you.
you guys are on Facebook.
Thank you.
yes.
So give it up for Sue Katz, our EP, who just got lifted. She just got lifted. And so the future holds so much, and we just have a few more minutes. And I just want to, and as much as I love the product, I just want to just say, I'll be in Boca, and I'll see you in Boca.
Yes.
And Renee, what advice can you give, in all seriousness, to comedians? I'm sorry, not comedians, to young actresses. Sometimes it's not about the product; it's about what's inside of you, and that's what I find from reading your work. What advice can you give these young actresses out here? They're going the wrong route. You see what's going down.
I always tell them to, instead of performing or being an actress, to be a vessel for something greater than themselves. And that's how It Had to Be You was written, with that feeling that I was just the container that I could present, the grace of God through.
Was it real? I have to know this before we go.
Was
this a real thing?
I used to be a very self-destructive person that when I went for a job, I would talk my way out of it.
Of course.
I would give them all the reasons why
they should
you're
hire
not
me. Right.
gonna like me. You probably won't hire me because I'm too short, I'm too heavy, my teeth aren't good. So by the time I got through, they said, okay, you convinced me. Next.
Wow, because that's what it's all about.
I have a question about the play My Life on a Diet, right?
Uh-huh.
Of all the celebrities and all the people who you watched eat, who had the most bizarre eating habits?
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What were they?
She just lived on, when we were in class together at Lee Strasberg's, she just lived on grapes.
Grapes.
She said it was great for her skin, for her body, and so that's all I ate was grapes.
You just ate grapes.
Pits, stems, everything. I kept looking in the mirror to see, if it would happen. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Before we wrap, so all she had done was her nose?
No, she had a lot done.
Did she have implants?
Oh, yeah.
See?
See
Everybody
what?
tells
Who
me no.
thought she didn't?
No, because
She did. Because I have pictures of her every stage, so you can tell. I mean, everybody seems to be doing everything. You're not going to believe this.
Tell me.
I have not had anything done.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I'm just kidding. No, I haven't. Yes. No, I haven't had anything done yet, and I probably won't, because when I get to heaven, I don't want God to say, "Who are you?"
And you know what you're going to say? You don't want me. I'm the wrong actress. I'm too short.
You're going to talk him out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, Renee Taylor, Cindy Cohen. We will be back. Welcome back. Joining us on the program now, we have the chef from La Gondola, one of the great kosher restaurants in Beverly Hills, Nir Weinblut.
Yes.
Nir.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. Yes.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you here. You know, we love your place, and you were the only game in town for a certain amount of time, and you still are, that offers kosher comedy.
We do. We thank God for your help. We were many years success with that show.
Yeah.
It's on hiatus right now, but we will start it up soon once Jews start to laugh again.
Right, when Jews start to laugh again, because this is the only audience that always comes back. They return again and again just to complain.
Just to complain.
Just
It's
to complain.
amazing.
They don't laugh, and they walk up to Nir and say, this was a great show.
They tell us, right, but during the show, they're like, where's Jackie Mason?
Always.
They just want
Where's
Jackie Mason?
They just want
I'd
Jackie
be
Mason.
walking around, my heart was in my shorts, basically. I was checking for heartbeats, and as they leave, they all hug me and kiss me. Near was the best night of my life.
Unbelievable.
It was wild.
We can't make it up, though.
You cannot make amazing.
And they keep coming back.
They still come back.
Keep coming back.
With the food of the comedy, but they still come back.
The best stracciatella you're ever going to have. By the way, Nir also, I was telling Sue Katz, our executive producer, I said, this is really good Italian food. He used to be like someone in the hood by this hair salon I used to go to, by Donna's, God rest her soul. And I always ordered from them, but I didn't know they were kosher. So I'm having arguments with the other side of my life that's telling me they moved, they closed down. I'm like, no, they're on Weatherly.
In Weatherly by Doheny. Yeah. After 16 years, the landlord finally sold the property, was going to create a 24-story high-riser. And we realized we're not taking a hiatus for the business, so we finally found a new location in Beverly Hills, and 6 years later, we're there. And
nice,
thank God,
though.
going
Nice.
strong.
It's still there. It's going
strong, stronger than ever. Thank God.
It's great. And it's great.
I tell you, it's good. The food is tremendous. In fact, he just catered for Chaka Khan for the Debbie Allen Dance Academy, and they just loved it and donated the chicken because he knows that we like it.
That's right. Kosher chicken wings.
That's a little drumettes.
They were drumettes.
Excuse me. Drumettes.
And if I may, because I know James thinks I always do references to New Jersey, Nir is also from New Jersey.
Where in Jersey?
Through Israel, but.
From Edison, Highland Park, and we lived in Teaneck, so we kind of moved around in Jersey a little bit, yeah.
Through Israel, though.
Originated in Israel, created in Israel, and then imported into New Jersey.
And then what got you to Beverly Hills?
Beverly Hills, well, in the mid-'80s, we decided parents got divorced and my mother wanted a fresh start. We came out for Passover to visit a friend, Marina Del Rey. And after 48 hours, my mom said if I ever left Jersey, it would be to Marina Del Rey. That was in April. August, we were driving cross country.
Whoa, you drove here?
We drove
from
cross
Jersey?
country from Jersey.
So at the end of that Seder, you said next year in Marina Del Rey.
Yeah, we wish Jerusalem, so we ended up, we're going the long way.
On the long way,
That's
yes.
all right. But yeah, we've been here since and started the business in 92.
92, some of your girlfriends are born that year.
Yes.
Yes, 92 sounds so recent because I was going to say, wow, you just moved just not too long ago, which shows
time
you how
flies,
time
time
flies.
flies, yes,
No, it
6 years.
doesn't wait. That's what my line is. Time doesn't
Time
fly.
doesn't fly,
Just
it doesn't wait. That's Sunda's
That's my
aphorism.
line. I
It's one of
said
the
it.
great aphorisms of Sunda.
Aphorisms. Why be an afro in anything I say? You know what I
You're
mean?
right.
And Nir, you're so comfortable when it comes to, when we started collaborating and talking about doing the book or even on a recipe, Nir and I would sit down and we would talk about recipes because, you know, James has actually helped me in the kitchen.
I have. You know what she does, and I think it's a little sadistic? She freezes cabbages, right? She freezes them. Then she calls me over to help her make stuffed cabbage. But the cabbages are still frozen, and I have to peel these frozen cabbages and roll them, and it's the most painful thing.
You get frostbites on your
Yeah,
fingertips.
frostbites on my fingertips. Now you mentioned the book, but we didn't mention the book. So you and Nir have a book here that's coming out, Kosher Soul Food. Look at that.
Correct.
Kosher Soul Food, Chef Nir and Sunda. So tell us about the book.
Well, when Sunda was talking about all of her recipes, one thing that Sunda and I love just as much as cooking is comedy. And we always hear people kvetching in the kitchen, so we decided we're going to make them laugh and cook at the same time.
Ah, very nice.
So we decided, well, great recipes, great food, and hopefully they're going to have a good time cooking, drinking, and saying l'chaim in the kitchen.
And,
There you go.
And it says there's 101 delicious, simple kosher soul food dishes, husband tested, rabbi approved.
That's it.
Hey, the way to the man's heart, right? To the
That's
stomach.
right.
Now,
I kept mine.
what is kosher soul food?
I'm black and Swedish and Jewish, and so we're not going to have Swedish meatballs. Sorry to disappoint the Kronquist clan.
That's not kosher.
No, it's not kosher. But, you know, I find that there's a repertoire between blacks and Jews when it comes to cooking. And we were just talking backstage even about chicken fat and how we used to reuse chicken fat. My grandmother would reuse it, and it would be a can on the stove. And now you can make these purchases.
That's correct. I mean, basically, when you study history of food, we just all call it something different.
That's
we
it.
all change it around. Rice and pasta, the Italians, the Chinese, Americans, we all eat it. We just change the names, change the style of it. But we all, at the end of the day, it's a common denominator. We all love food.
We all love food.
We all love food.
And we
and
love ribs. Show them those ribs.
Now we're going to make people happy to cook it.
That's not my hair. That's a rib.
Laughing while cooking with recipes that combine the kosher and the blackness.
It's kosher soul.
Kosher
It's
soul.
kosher soul.
Well,
My
of the
soul, her soul.
There you go.
We're going to put
see.
into the kitchen.
One of the things about La Gondola, though, is that the menu has dishes from all different types of cuisines. There's Italian, there's
Sushi.
Asian.
Over the years, I mean, over
Yeah.
20 plus years, and where there's such a limited amount of restaurants in LA in the kosher cuisine,
Right.
that people get bored. And we ourselves would get bored serving the same thing.
Right.
You have to.
I mean, I'd be sitting after so many years, I order out sometimes because I'm so bored with the food. So we just, over the years, we brought in the Asian fusion, we brought in a little of the Mediterranean, our background. I have a crazy mixed background. She's only black and white. I'm like 17 other colors.
Really?
I mean, it's
Yes.
Syrian, Mexican, Turkish, Polish. I got more color than she has in my background, really. It's
We got to take a break, but we will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I am here with my guests, Chef Nir and Sunda, who's joining me on the program for the first time this evening. Welcome to the show.
I'm so
And
glad to
we're-
be here. I watch your show all the time. I think you're great. And
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I really like you a lot.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I feel like they wanted to pair me up with somebody, but then they were like, nobody. He would just overshadow whoever was with him because I'm so big and energetic.
White.
And white. Yes. That's why it's the James Show now, ladies and gentlemen. So Sunda and Nir have a book, The Kosher Soul Food Book, ladies and gentlemen, and you at home can get involved, right?
Yes.
Through the Kickstarter campaign.
Kickstarter campaign.
Through through donations, they can contribute to the creation and launch of the book, and in return, they receive
All kinds of incentives. Tickets to the Laugh Factory, appetizers at La Gondola. We just need you to write a check. That's all we need.
Is that what we're just coming out and saying it?
That's it.
Yes.
Phone lines are open,
A signed
ladies and
book.
gentlemen.
You'll get a signed book. Show them again. You have a nice.
No, but seriously, it's a book for the whole family. Like you said, bringing laughter into the kitchen.
Laughter
It's a
into the
great
kitchen.
project to get involved with.
A lot of funny stuff happens in the
It's
kitchen.
very unique,
never know.
combining all these different ethnicities together to create food where everyone gets together and shares. You have come from 17 different backgrounds.
Many different
You come from
backgrounds,
50.
Sunda's mix, and we're gonna bring it into the kitchen, bring it live.
Yeah,
into
bring
the
it
kitchen.
live. And you go to Kickstarter, just look up kosher soul food, Sunda Kronquist,
Yes, I don't know.
Sunda
Yeah,
Kronquist.
Kronquist.
near Weinblut.
That
you
sounds
could-
like a combination. Let me
Combination
tell
right
you, they're
there.
going to call.
Kronquist and Weinblut.
A&W.
Kronquist and Weinblut.
They
Oh
are
my
definitely going to call Homeland Security on us. Okay.
Yeah, you
Which
guys
doesn't
would've-
sound right.
You guys would have had to change your names for show business.
Right. So he would have to be just Chef Nir, and I'm just going to play myself.
Yeah, Chef Nir and Sunda, ladies and gentlemen, that's who we're talking to here.
And so I'm so excited because this is my first Kickstarter campaign.
It'll be fun, and we're going to in September when we're going to have the opening at La Gondola restaurant. We're going to create some specials from the recipes and specials from the book, and all those who will join us are going to be able to taste and play and have a great time with us together.
And they're going to be able to have some
and laugh.
ribs and
Ribs and what
we got
else?
everything going on. That's
Tell
one thing
us
I
a
can
little
tell you.
bit about some of the kosher soul food. Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, I have to tell you something. There's my favorite that I like to prepare. My husband loves duck. He loves duck, and so he's added a new twist on it where we use watermelon croutons. And so
Watermelon croutons.
So-
Marinated watermelon croutons.
How does one crouton a watermelon?
well, you have to read the book. You have to read the book. You have to
Okay.
get the book to find out. And so many people always come and request, please, I want to have your collard greens and how do you make them and this and this. Believe it or not, Nir has catered before for a black production, right?
Like production, Meet the Family was a movie that our ribs were actually the celebrities of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, Clint Browns was in the movie and stole about 30 ribs, but that's another issue. Yeah, the two producers actually were at the restaurant for lunch and saw a plate of ribs while they were eating their little chicken sandwich. They saw the plate of ribs and they're like, what the blank is that?
Right.
And the waiter went and brought them a dish. They ordered one and never touched it. I was petrified. Nobody ever didn't touch our ribs.
That's your dish.
That's one of our
dish,
claim to
signature
fame,
dish, yeah.
signature dish, where
You got some black in there.
we FedEx them nationwide, literally. And suddenly they left, and about 4 days later, I get a call from one of the studios ordering 400 ribs. I thought it was a prank call, obviously. And I'm like, okay. And then I took over the phone. Bottom line, a week later, we're delivering to one of the studios to the movie.
400
It's
ribs.
about African-American family. One of the sons is introducing his blonde girlfriend to the mishpacha.
Right.
And everything was about the ribs, Mama's ribs. And not only that, we ended up making them fried chicken and collard greens, which was a whole other story at
Collard
Ralph's.
greens.
And corn biscuits. So here I was trying to make up these recipes. I had no idea what I'm doing. Never made collard greens. I went and looked for them. Where can I find them? In Ralph's.
Where else?
And I'm in the market with 17 bags of collard greens, and this nice lady goes to
You
me,
said she was
boy,
black."
what are you going to do with those collard greens? I said, I have no idea. She pulled me out of the line and gave me a recipe, and that was the
Really?
recipe we used to make for the movie, yeah.
Oh, that's tremendous.
Yeah.
Well, I know that I've had your ribs. They're tremendous. I've also, Sunda's kids love the chicken drumettes.
Chicken drumettes, the chicken tenders.
Oh, God.
Chicken tenders.
Yeah.
And your ribs are also really good.
I'm notorious
They
for
your
my ribs.
She's famous for her ribs,
That's
too.
right. So
We
we're
could
combining, we're
competing
infusing our two ribs together.
Oh, you are?
Creating
You've
another
discussed
human
this.
being.
Yes. Yeah, so we discuss this all the time.
There's
We
going to
talk
be a
about this all
new
the time.
rib.
There was a new rib because my roots are from the South, okay, from Decatur, Georgia, where my grandmother Eva was born. And so there's so many things that we're going to be able to do with just cooking and challah and desserts and things like that you've never thought of before, that people would never think
We're
are
going to make
kosher.
a Shabbos table exciting.
Exactly.
Well, I would
We're going
imagine.
to add some live action to the Shabbos table.
Right?
No,
Some
no.
soul.
Now, you could braid a challah, right?
I can underbraid. But in any event, I would just want to say one thing. If you guys ever have an opportunity to be in Beverly Hills, please go to La Gondola, which is located at 9025. Am I right?
9025 Wilshire
9025
Boulevard.
Wilshire Boulevard. Weatherly and Doheny. And don't forget the book, Kosher Soul Food. Check it out on Kickstarter. Get involved. It's a great project to be a part of. And thank you
Saving
very
souls.
much.
They'll be saving souls.
Saving souls, honey. One rib at a time.
Saving
That's it.
souls,
Give it up for Nir.
one rib at a time.
Okay.
Chef Nir Weinblut from La Gondola in Beverly Hills and Sunda Kronquist. We will be right back. All right,
Wow.
welcome back,
What a great
ladies and
show.
gentlemen. Tremendous show. Tremendous show. Now, a few things happened during the breaks of the show. First, we found out that Christian Dracula, our English language expert, who's been helping us translate our show from English to better English, and he told us that he also had a fight with Catwoman.
I would like to hear what he has to say. Can we just get him up here for 1 second? Just for a second.
I'd love to have him come out.
Please tell me.
Have him come out
Because
on
I
the
want to hear what you have to say. First of all, make sure he's on the mark because he's not at the camera now.
So what happened to you? Because Sunda and her really got at it. It was
Yeah, I was
going.
I told her to bring it on.
We had to physically lift Sunda up.
They lifted
and
me
carry
and
her
moved me
away.
away.
Now, was she going to attack you?
So Catwoman is a Catwoman in the daytime, and she's a paparazzi at nighttime, and she gets off the Catwoman dress, and she works for Van Entertainment Network, and she has this really small Sony camera, and then she always positioned the camera when there was a celebrity. I was blocking everybody else's picture. So everybody else had a fight with Catwoman, not only you, because of that habit. And beside that, I also happen to know there's another guy who looks like an ogre. He looks exactly like Shrek. He has hair coming out of his nose and his ears.
Yeah.
And I think he's a staff photographer for World Entertainment News Network or something like that. And he had an intercourse with Catwoman.
He had an intercourse.
Right, and that was the joke of the day. Like if she would get pregnant, because the guy looks like an ogre and she's black, and then the child would be some.
It would be black.
Yeah. It would
Yeah.
be black.
Yeah. Not only do you have incredible stories, doesn't he have amazing diction? It's unbelievable.
I don't know about that. He's married.
Are you married?
Twice.
Twice.
There you go. There you go.
Twice.
But so I'm not the only one that has a problem with Cat because he did not back me up. I said, help me
That's
get her.
not true. I'll help you get her. I wasn't gonna help her get her.
Why? Hold
She's
her
scary,
down.
isn't she?
She is.
Thank you.
I
I'm
had
gonna
a
help.
fight with her too.
You had a fight with her
She
too.
blocked my shot.
She blocked your shot. All right, because
Yeah.
you take the photos too. You do
Yes.
the paparazzi thing.
And then we had a fight with the Catwoman.
You had a fight with the
Go
Catwoman.
ahead, I guess.
Next time, take paprika and go right in her eyes.
It seems
right?
like it's become a thing to do when you're out here in Hollywood to have a fight with the Catwoman.
I guess so.
You know?
She's back on Hollywood Boulevard, so
Is she?
if you're ready for the second round, you can find her.
I say we go for a second round. But let's give it up for Christian for telling that
thank you,
story.
thank you,
Thank you. So you know what that proves, ladies and gentlemen? Sunda does not have any of these anger management issues. It's not me. It's them. It really is. And I always want to know who they are. You ever notice that? People always say things like they're watching, they this, they took the money out my bank account, they garnished my wages. Who are they? Who are they?
Who are they?
That's what I want to know. Who are they? I can tell you who they were in Vegas, all right? Never mind Catwoman and two Mickey Mouse people fighting and the M&M people and then people coming up behind us. I mean, James, we have so many stories, but the best were the rappers, okay? They were all into it. He's like, yeah, I got my brand. I got it tattooed over here. He got a little grab going on, too.
But don't think that just because Catwoman happened to have been what she was, irascible and...
What do you mean irascible?
and
She's
that
a punk.
and that she happens to have a lot
She
of
was a
and
punk.
that a lot of people have their issues with Catwoman. Don't think that
She's a
washes
punk.
away
Punk.
everything you've
Catwoman,
ever
you
done.
watching me? You
okay?
watching me? You
And
want a
that
piece
you don't
of
have
me?
any anger issues. Okay,
You want
don't
a
think
piece of me,
that
Catwoman?
Catwoman can clear you of all charges.
Sweetheart,
all right?
sweetheart, let me just say something to you. Not only do I not have anger issues, I'm a mom and a wife of two, and anybody will tell you I am the most pleasant mother on the planet.
On this planet, yes.
Yes, I am. So nobody would believe you, Catwoman, okay? Because first of all, your contact lenses give you away. Those are not real green eyes, okay? These are real.
Who would you rather
Zoom
drive?
in, baby, they mine. Okay. So not that I have anything against anybody who wears contact lenses, but not only does she think she's a cat, she's wearing cat eyes, and then she's like, you can't take a picture of me. And nobody was even taking a picture of her. Guess what? She's like, get away from me. Nobody take a picture of me. Everybody get away from me, just so people would draw attention to. I said, nobody's even thinking about you. She was like, what did you say? I said, what did you say, right? Like, she wants to do this. It's a Jersey thing, because I'm ready for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we walk around with our keys in our fingers like this, just in case somebody says something. We go like that, and if they get in our face, we go, shoo. And just like that. And we won't go to jail for razors. It's keys. It's legitimate. It's keys. I didn't do it, all right? It was an accident. It was an accident. And that's what happens. That's what happens. And when I have James and I pull him into it, I'm like, James, hold him down. Just hold him down. He's just like, I'm an accomplice. He told me once he was going to be an accomplice. And that doesn't make you an accomplice. It makes you my sidekick, man. Mm-hmm. Like, if I go down, you go down. We go down
That's
together.
my dream, is to go down together.
Right. We're going to...
That's right. I just want to be there for you when it happens, you know? Mother Teresa, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
am Mother Teresa. I am Mother
Sunda,
Teresa.
she's
I was very popular when I
carrying
was in
keys
jail.
with her, just 'cause
You're
you never
supposed
know.
to
You're
carry
supposed to. That's the
keys.
Jersey way.
Come back and watch more of us because I'm exhausted.
She's exhausted. We'll see you next week. She's going to take a nap and fight with some people during the week, and we'll tell you all about it.
I'll
next
tell you all
week.
about it.
All right. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Catwoman, I'm watching you.
She's watching.